Okay, and we're live. Hello, everybody. We are live on the interwebs. We're testing something out right quick. Now, because my dad has my actual cell phone number, he was able to call me, so he's actually live with us. Hello, Dad.
Hello, everyone.
All right, we are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And we're about to get started, but we're wanting to test this out. If you want to call in after my dad gets off the line, you can call the voicemail line at 818-925-6631. The Do Not Disturb feature is off, so you can call us. And if you cannot appear via StreamYard, you don't want to appear via StreamYard, you can always call us in. But it is an anniversary show. Hello, everybody. It's the anniversary of Spidey-Dude.com and the Spideydude Spider-Man page. And if you go onto our website, you can find the history of the site. I posted about it on Monday. But it was all because of this man that's on the phone with us right now. Hello to D. Joyner in his second appearance on the network.
Wow, hello.
23 years ago, you started this whole thing. Neither one of us imagined it to be going on or to this day, or it would be broadcasting live on YouTube, because YouTube wasn't even a thing. We were still doing dial-up, right, Dad?
Show of hands, who remembers dial-up?
Still there? Did I lose you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I want to point out that half of us are wearing red.
it is funny.
It's kind of quiet, so
Oh, okay.
I put my earpods in where I
Okay.
can hear better. You know, I'm deaf as a stone.
He is deaf. So, but yeah, you can call us live on the show. But back when we started this show, it was definitely, or back when we started the website, it was dial-up was a thing. Internet was barely mainstream. I think we were the first ones on our blog to get DSL and cable internet. So you always made. I remember, Dad. You always made the website, the original version of the website, super quick to load, even on dial-up, because you didn't want to have. You didn't
Yeah, it was a big deal in those days because everybody had dial-up, and it was critically important that I wanted the website to load quickly. You know, I didn't want it to take a long time for the website to load because nobody had broadband.
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah. Broadband wasn't a thing. So
Yeah, it didn't exist.
yeah.
I mean, T1 was reserved for companies, and there wasn't even T3 available at the time.
Right. So, yeah. So, like, this is how old the site is. It's 23 years old today. But Dad had called me right before we got started with the show and to check in, and I just wanted to have him say hi. Hi, Dad. I will call you probably be tomorrow before I call you. Truth be told, by the time we get done with here.
It was fortuitous.
It was fortuitous. So happy birthday, Dad! Thanks for giving us a call and appreciate it.
Absolutely, I'm glad to be a part of it.
Guys, got any questions before he takes off?
No, I just
What
want
was
to say
Zach like
thank
as
you.
a child?
Say that again.
What was Zach
No, I
like
just wanna
as a
say
child? I've heard. Shut up, Greg. What was Zach like as a child, Mr. Joyner? I've heard from his end, but I want to hear the father's perspective on this one.
Oh, honestly, it was, and if you guys listen to a previous one, the only one that I've ever been on, it was kind of neat. I mean, he was young. I built the website, and he looked at me and he said, "Can anybody else see it?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Then everybody else needs to see it." And I contacted a company called Zoom,
Yeah.
who had free XOOM, who had free internet hosting and uploaded the website. And that's really how it all began.
Yeah, that's truth. It was like, can anybody else see the site? Nope. He was trying to make it to where that was the first thing that popped up when we got on the internet. I could see.
Yeah, it was all and I don't know if this story's ever been told, but at that time he was kind of into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was a big Spider-Man fan, and I told him, I said, no, you need to look at this guy. He's a regular guy, got bit by a radioactive spider, and that's how it all started. I mean, absolutely dead on. That's how it happened.
And this is I put this on the history page, but Dad, this is all your fault. All your fault.
It is so weird knowing Zach had a different favorite thing. Like, I've always known him as like a Spider-Man fan, but to hear his dad say
absolutely.
he was a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, and someone had to introduce him to Spider-Man, that's incredible. I never thought I'd hear that ever. Thank you.
Listen, I remember going to Disney World and freaking out at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I was around Gabby's age. Gabby's 6. I was 6 whenever he got me my first book. It was at a Homeland grocery store. And so that is that's how literally how my fandom started. Because my dad didn't like the fact that I liked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles more.
Absolutely not. Radioactive turtles in the freaking sewer. I was like, no, I got to introduce you to Spider-Man because keep in mind, I was a guy growing up in the '60s that was a huge comic book fan. I'm still a very voracious reader, Spider-Man, X-Men. I was always a Marvel guy. Yeah, I had Batman and all that, but because Spider-Man was such a regular guy, thrust into an incredibly unique situation, I wanted my son to get to know him.
Yep. And weirdly enough, it was a time when Spider-Man had a twin. Somebody that grew up with a twin was always interesting. And that was the kind of fortuitous. I'll definitely be talking about that. Probably not this episode. Podcast. But yeah, Dad, like I say, thanks. Thanks for calling. We are started with the show, but I haven't even introduced the rest of the panel yet. So,
well, let me ask Dee a question before he goes.
Okay.
Hey, Dee, it's Javi. It's good to talk to you again, sir.
Yeah.
You said you're still
good to talk to you, Javi.
Yeah, you too. You said you're still reading. Were you talking about comics or just reading in general?
Oh no. I'm a voracious reader. I've read probably. I've read.
Hi, Sarah.
Probably 40 books in the last month.
Wow.
Yeah, but I was very blessed when I was young. My mom introduced me to reading and like a movie to me. And so when I discovered comic books, it was movies with images, which was like awesome. And but yeah, my roommate, he laughs and he says, it's just like you're watching TV. And I said, it's absolutely like that. And so, very blessed to have a quality imagination, and comic books got me there in every sense of the word. And so when I introduced Zach Dusty into comic books at the beginning of the website, I was reading them with him. But I haven't read a lot. in the last, gosh, I'm 63 years old. I'm older than dirt.
Yeah, he's
but I am honored and glad to be a part of this anniversary. I can't tell you how proud I am. Small beginning of, and then everything kind of went crazy when we lost the website due to overwhelming response of the animated GIFs that I created. Some of them from comics, some of them from Spider-Man. What was it called, Dusty?
The Spider-Man Cartoon Maker. It was a Windows 95 application.
And I was able to make a bunch of animated GIFs that are still out there today. And it makes me smile.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm honored and deeply honored that it's lasted all these years.
Well, thank you for helping kickstart it.
Absolutely.
Here today talking about it. So yeah, Dad, I'll let you go. I'll give you a call a little bit later, but thanks for jumping in. Got a lot of comments.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me on.
All right, Dad. I'll talk to you soon.
See you, Mr. Joyner.
Yep. And I just want to say thank you for giving us a place to nerd out.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And to all the Spideydude fans, I think it's freaking awesome.
Love you, Dad.
There you go.
Aww.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that was a cool way to start the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Hi, everybody. So let me introduce everybody. I'm going to go around the horn. Greg XP. Hello, Greg. Host.
Hey, unlike Mr. Joyner, I've only read 3 books in the last month.
Next up, we got Javi. Host of Spider-Man Classic Season 2.
Trying to be. Trying to get that ball rolling.
There we go.
But I'm happy to be here tonight to celebrate a very important birthday.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on, man. So, got Anniversary Adam.
Hello, happy anniversary.
Anniversary Adam.
20 years, 23 years. It's a good run.
Yeah, Keith Dog.
Hi, Zach. I'm not sure if you know your mic's not working. I'm not sure if that's because you knew that or not. But anyway,
how do I sound now? Is it
it's
better?
much better.
Much better.
Oh,
Yeah.
Paul, I dig the T-shirt.
Oh, thank you. I was I bought it like a month ago, and I was literally criticizing Funko T-shirts. Like I was at Funko in Everett, Washington, with a friend and my wife, and I was like, I get Funkos, I guess, but I would never buy a T-shirt. That's just too much. And I literally saw this a minute later. I went, I have to get that.
It's me, Green Goblin.
Funko.
It's just too adorable. How could you not like
Right.
this? Is I just said, you know what? But to be in my defense, I won't wear many other Funko shirts. If there's cute ones like this that are kind of ironic a little bit, like a cute Green Goblin's kind of like a funny thing. So
No, but Paul, where's the bridge imagery? We want bridge imagery with Green Goblin.
It's always
Funko Pops.
yeah.
Hello, Neil Bogenreiter from the Bogenreiter Variety Hour.
Yes, that's me.
By the way, Paul P-Thug is from the Comic Bench podcast.
Yes, please.
All right, so hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode 24, the anniversary episode of Spidey-Dude.com, the Spidey Network. Got lots of comments.
Your mic.
Got lots of comments flowing
There
in.
you go.
There you go.
You can put your mic closer to your mouth.
Yeah.
Just
that might be a little better.
Put it in. Like, just open your mouth.
Put it in your mouth.
Just eat it, man. Just eat that damn thing.
Eat
the mic. Eat the mic. Eat the mic.
Eat the mic. Yeah.
So Vickman thought my dad.
Subscribers will grow through the roof.
So, okay, Ryan, you left a voicemail. I tried playing it on the last episode of Make Mine Mayday, and it didn't play because I wasn't able to use the board because we were having problems with Kelly's internet and board's problems. So I was using something a little different. But we got that fixed before we got started because we were able to use. So the voicemail line 818-925-6631 that is open if you want to be a part of the show. So let me kind of explain the live caller aspect of this. If you want to be on the show, I'm going to send me a DM on either Twitter or Facebook. I will send you the link. You download the link. It'll tell you mic/camera settings. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to be on camera. If you just want to be audio only, you certainly can do that. If you have problems with that, though, we have the voicemail line 818-925-6631. I will answer the phone, and because I got it connected to my board, got my cell phone right now. You can call the phone line, and we can talk that way. So there's two different ways you can be on the show if you want to do it that way. So send me if you've got me as a friend on Facebook, you can send me a link that way, or I will and we can talk that way. So there's two different ways you can be on.
Zach, inhale your mic.
That was me. I'm sorry. I came up on my phone by accident.
I was hearing I was hearing myself. So that's the way. That's the way this night will go. So, first of all, to the 7 people watching, hello, hello, hello. To the 5 people that are with me, hello, hello, hello.
No, Javi, I'm not having a seizure. I am very what's the word? Energetic.
Animated.
Yes,
There we go.
I am energetic, and I have a spasm,
So,
Back spasm?
a leg spasm.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, dude, I sat in the back of a Staples in front of a 2007 era computer, watching videos on how to sell people computers.
Oh, geez.
oh yeah. The CBTs of retail, those are like the scourge upon the earth. So, Vinkman's going to try to jump on. I know. Special thanks to Vinkman. He is a Patreon subscriber. Hopefully,
Scott
and Scott as well. Thank you to him and Scott. You guys are awesome. Each and every month, you guys have been contributing.
Venkman's rad, dude.
Venkman's a rad dude. Let me tell you how rad Venkman is.
Yeah, Venkman's he's a BA. He's a BA.
Dude, he comes into Bogan right.
And I'll talk about this a little bit more on the next episode of Make My Mayday, but I now am a proud owner of Spider-Girl First Appearances.
Nice.
So I have the old Toy Biz in a pretty immaculate condition, I have to say. So I'm very thankful for this. And then for Gabby, he got me the famous Spider-Girl. So I haven't given this to her yet. I'm going to surprise her here in a little bit.
You should throw it.
Why
Does
would
the mask come off?
The mask does come off.
Yeah, the mask.
So for those of you guys that are watching or listening to us, because all the audio episodes are now up to date.
Yay.
Including episode 5.
No, it's up to episode 23, sir.
Yeah, but you forgot episode 5.
I
5
fixed
was
it.
mysteriously absent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
five was mysteriously absent, but it has been fixed. So yes, I don't know what happened. What I did was I created the post. So I created the post, and then I forgot to put the episode in the link.
Classic.
So it was like,
Wow.
so someone wants to come photobomb. I wonder who that someone might be.
That's probably your dog.
No, it would
Oh,
be.
is it Gabby?
Yeah, I'm 80% sure it's Gabby.
Oh,
So-
Only
get on my
80%?
backpack.
3 generations of joiners.
It could be Waylon. It
I
could
was
be
gonna say it might be. I thought it was a dog. I thought it was Waylon, and it was
Here's a
Waylon
dog.
and Gabby.
Here's a dog. Hang on, Oliver, look at
2
the
for
camera.
1.
Hi.
There we go.
Yeah, you're gonna do baby. Oh, that was a good boy.
You can't lick the headset. That's bad.
Like the iPod.
I can only
headphones.
be on for a little bit. I haven't eaten my dinner yet, but I had to be a part of this moment. So if you don't mind me just saying something real quick, Zach.
No, and you can always come back because we're going to probably be going for a little while.
Okay, that's great. And I may do that. I'm doing the Marvel Newscast Loki review today, so I'm not sure when we're going to do that. But I told them I was like I got to get on. I told my wife and I told my buddy that we're doing the show with. I was like, I gotta get on the Spideydude show is important because it's been an amazing experience hanging out with everybody, getting to know everybody. like Adam and Neil, and it's been awesome. I haven't talked to Greg and Javi as much as I'd like to. I apologize, guys, but
No, it's all good, man.
and obviously Zach
We'll
too.
rectify that.
Yeah. But like it's been great, just again, like just when Zach was on the crawl space, he was one of my favorite people, one of the hosts on there, and I remember him going off and on, but I remember his Clone Saga obsession and going on the site and listening to random episodes. When I forget about that, don't take offense to this,
No.
Zach, but like I forget you exist because you'd go off and on the show so much. No, but hold on, because you'd be off and I'd be, oh yeah, Zach, and then they go, oh yeah, listen to the Clone Saga episodes, and I'd go and listen to a bunch of those episodes and then when he came back and he was doing, regular Spidey show, I just like, man, I got to be a part of this because I love hearing Zach talk Spider-Man. And Spider-Man is my favorite fictional character of all time. So, hi, Gabby.
Hi, Gabby.
Oh, I got a Minnie Mouse. Cute.
Oh, you missed
The
Oliver.
Tooth Fairy is visited
Oliver,
also.
look, it's a child. No, Oliver, look at the camera. There's a child.
I don't hear anything.
Nope,
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
can't
hearing
hear,
it.
bud.
No.
How about now?
Yes.
How about-
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Gabby.
They're all saying hi to you.
Hi.
Yeah, you
Oh
missed
my
it.
gosh.
It's Miss Granddad. So, but somebody really wanted to just come in and say hi and
Oh, I like your Minnie Mouse, Gabby.
Oh, dude, look. It's the Spidey fam. Live.
it's the
For the first
Spidey.
time.
Oh,
Aww.
it is the Spidey Fan Live.
It is Spidey fam.
It is.
Cute.
You should do vlogs.
That'd be awesome.
Oh,
Oh,
hell, do I have
God.
a sprinkler?
But yeah, I just really quickly, I just want to say how much I
Nope.
appreciate Zach and and the site and everybody that I've got to meet. And I think that, like, I think I said this in our chat, that I think this is just the beginning of the bye Gabby, beginning of the of Spideydude's coming out party, as far as like, we're here and we're reviewing stuff, and like I said, it's been awesome. And I just think that Spider-Man's just going to get bigger and bigger as with the MCU films that are coming out and the new Spidey's verse and everything. It's awesome time to be a Spider-Man fan. I think I think honestly the golden age is just beginning, the new golden age, if you will. So of being a Spider-Man fan.
We've had so many kind of weird years, and Spider-Man has just gotten so much more popular than it used to be.
Yeah.
And with the MCU and everything like that. Look, I don't agree with every decision the MCU has made, and we'll have you and I know, and everybody will eventually have a debate.
Yes.
Exclusive debate.
Ooh.
So before you jump off, because I think
Yeah.
you said
Oh, yeah, debate.
we
I
are
love debating.
this fall. We're going to go. Me and Paul, we're going to talk. We're going to discuss Dan Slott run of Spider-Man in gory, deep detail. Kind of similar to how we did the Spencer run. It's just going to be him and I. Those will be out. I haven't decided if that's going to be Patreon first or just out here on the ether. But just let us know if you're Patreon subscribers. Let us know what you think. But there's some more other Patreon things that we're going to be doing. And I'll announce that a little bit later in the show. But yeah, no, Paul is such an integral part of this show. Javi is an integral part of the network. Greg's an integral part of the network.
We all
Staple
are,
Silence Me is kind of a nice guy, but he's also an integral part of the network.
Hang on.
Hey, listen, it was 3 years ago, yesterday, that you and I first met.
Hey, no, stop being bad.
All right, we got more dogs. It's fine. Waylon's outside. He's
There's two of no. I have two dogs with me, and now they're trying to tear up the house.
oh well,
Oh
that's
God.
a personal problem. But no, thank you to Paul. I know you got to jump off, but
In a little bit, yeah. But no, I'm so excited to be a part of this, and it's just been awesome talking Spider-Man with everybody, and got to have both Neil and Adam on the binge, and I'm hopefully get you and Javi on there soon. So like, I got to find the right episode for you, Zach. Like I can't just have you on like a rando show. I got to get like the right thing, which maybe it'll be. Oh, thank you very much. Maybe it'll be Spider-Man related at some point, but yeah, man, like I think the slot debates are going to be really fun because I definitely don't hate it as much as everyone else does. I think on this whatever slot or not slot, but this panel, and but for me, I also can acknowledge the bad in it too. And let's be real, I haven't reread it in a long time, and maybe I'll totally agree with you guys when I reread it, but I don't remember hating it as much as everyone else did when I read it. So it'll be a lot of fun to read it. Right now, I'm reading. I've started a couple years ago a chronological read, just at my leisure of reading Spider-Man, and I've hit the Stern run right now. I'm like in the dead heart of it with Hobgoblin, and I gotta tell you, and I just finished reading the kid who owns Spider-Man or
Collect Spider-Man.
Collect Spider-Man. Sorry.
Spider-Man slavery.
And I gotta tell
Don't
you,
talk about that one.
He said
Juneteenth.
oh wow,
God.
he said
Wow.
the kid who,
We're doing this on Juneteenth. Really?
he said the kid who owns Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. The kid who collects Spider-Man. But that whole, and that's where I'm literally at that part right now of the era. And I gotta tell you, Stern. I mean, everyone loves Stern, and rightfully so. But just reading it recently has blown me away how it holds up even now, like over 30 years later. It's incredible how just the play between Mary Jane and Deborah, and I mean, he kind of came out when Deborah was kind of coming out of it, but what's her Amy? I'm thinking of Amy. When Lance and Amy are kind of having their weird thing and everything, and like how he plays that off with Mary Jane and the Black Cat, and that's the other thing too. I want to say I've always liked the Black Cat as a character and as the female partner for Spider-Man, but just reading through Spider-Man right now and seeing Black Cat and them interplay, it's amazing how they have built that dynamic between them with Mantlo and Stern, and building up the fact that these two characters, like, is Spider-Man's is attracted physically to Black Cat, but yet is still in love with Mary Jane, obviously, and having that whole dichotomy of like choosing between the two of them, and also why you have Black Cat, who at this point, as I'm reading, hasn't seen Peter Parker's face yet, and they're going out together, and it's like they're an item, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant stuff. Like it just makes me love like even more. And I've read a lot of that stuff when I was a kid, but it's even more incredible as an adult as I'm reading it now, and how great it holds up still. And again, it's just a testament to, I think, the writers, but the character that Stan Lee and Steve Ditko have created. And speaking of Steve Ditko, before I leave, I gotta pimp out, whatever you want to say. My boy Alex from Comic Book Historians, the YouTube channel, he just released the nephew of Steve Ditko, Mark Ditko, interview with exclusive stuff about Steve Ditko himself and exclusive pictures and all kinds of things. Just super a big get for my boy Alex. And I haven't watched it yet, but I cannot wait to watch it.
That's awesome. It's funny because I think he's starting to kind of make some. You know that Brad.
Zach, your mic is
closer.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
You know that not only did your buddy get that, but also Brad Douglas got it on Crawl Space too.
Oh, cool.
So I'm glad that his nephew has been going out and kind of doing these podcasts, because there's the fact that he passed away before there was like a definitive interview.
Yeah.
Really, really hurts. But no, definitely check that out. And if you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed to the Comic Binge YouTube page, go do that.
And your page too. Are we out to 100 yet? Like, have you subscribed yet? Subscribe. Get Zach to 100 today. God damn it.
Kid show, guys. Kid show, Neil.
I do have to ask one thing, though. You said Spider-Man was created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, but as of June 17th, 2021, has John Semper claimed to have created the character yet?
Listen, we could
He
do
doesn't
it.
claim to create the character.
We could do an entire episode about John Semper trying to claim credit for things that he adapted fantastically. Don't misunderstand. You know what? I'm going to use that as a segue to make an announcement, since we still got Paul here before he jumps off.
All right.
One more thing.
Big announcement.
Yes.
Starting this fall, you're going to hear that phrase a lot tonight. Starting this fall, Patreon exclusive, DVD style commentaries with Spider-Man cartoons we're going to start on Disney Plus. We'll jump over to Netflix whenever all the Netflix stuff gets sorted out this fall, which I'm hoping Spidey will be on there. But you'll hear a lot of this crew take part of it, including Paul, including Javi if he wants to be on.
I only want to be on if it's a Blu-ray style commentary, not a DVD commentary.
Well, listen,
Jesus.
I mean,
I'm a streaming guy myself, Zach.
Very specific.
Yeah.
We got to make it 4K DVD style commentary.
UHD, bring it on.
Yeah, in a Steelbook edition.
Dolby Vision and
Ooh.
Atmos.
I like that Steelbook commentaries. I like this.
Let's go.
I think we should go for it. Honestly, I like the name of this, Steelbook commentaries.
Steelbook commentaries.
The director's Steelbook.
Ooh,
I want the Mark Bagley Steelbook.
Mark Bagley
Oh,
Steelbook.
yeah,
Yeah.
So,
Zach is depressed because we're just coming up with random names. Like, guys, I just wanted to call it commentaries. Come on.
No, we'll workshop a name and get a logo built. But by the way, Jero, you said you offered to do some graphic work for us. So I need to get with you. Hit me up on the Discord. I think you're on our Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord, go to front page of Spideydude.com. Should be the links at the top of the page, Discord, and join today. That's where we talk about things like random action figures.
We talk about Transformers there, an absurd amount.
A really absurd amount. Speaking of patrons, though, we got Vinkman!
Hey!
Wow!
Hey,
In the house!
About damn time.
Okay, for those that are listening to the audio form of this show, he is wearing a Spider-Man.
can't breathe in this thing.
It just
Oh my
came
God,
out
he's
Civil
doing
War
it.
style.
Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
Ah,
Spider-Man's a skinwalker.
you know.
Jeez.
What's up, Bankman?
So,
Hey.
welcome to the show, Vinkman. You,
Yeah.
by the way, I can say this to you personally. Thank you for the swag.
Oh, you're welcome, Zach.
You've been such a great member of our site. You've been our biggest supporter. I can say this to you face to face, and I've said this to you privately, but I'm going to say it publicly.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support. While you were getting ready to come on, did you hear the announcement for Patreons only?
Yes.
Okay, so I told you we were going to do something, and DVD style commentary of the cartoons. I think we're going to. How should we start?
Nice.
Should we start with Amazing Friends, or should we do the 1980 show first?
Well,
What do you
I
guys think?
personally, I'm in the minority of people who actually like the 81 solo cartoon over Amazing Friends.
I agree with you.
Both. I like them both equally, to be honest.
Shots fired. Shots
Yeah.
fired.
Yeah,
This isn't my fight.
You can't see them though, but the Amazing Friends are up there somewhere.
yeah.
Greg,
You can probably see Iceman and Firestar, but you can't really zoom in.
So Greg, have you cleared off your spot for the Sentinel yet?
Gonna go right over here. I'm gonna get a little stool and maybe even some wiring. It's gonna be looming over here where the X-Men villains are.
You are a lucky,
Nice.
lucky.
It's that Galactus they still haven't officially announced yet that I'm really waiting for.
Oh,
Mm.
Lord.
That's
We'll talk
gonna be
some
beautiful.
action figure leaks here in a minute, but
Oh yeah.
because we haven't done news in a while, and I'm actually trying to do pertinent news. We did talk a little bit about rumors and innuendo on Make Mine Mayday.
Innuendo.
Yeah,
I didn't get to watch the episode. Are you talking about the leaks that came off of TV?
Yeah, the 4chan TV. Talking about
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you, Zach. As someone who spelunks 4chan regularly looking for good stuff, that's total BS. I'm just saying.
we kind of called that. And look, Kelly and I, when we discussed it, we kind of took it with a big giant grain of salt. Would it be nice? I just don't think it's going to happen live action style in this film. I think everybody's jumping the gun on this upcoming film.
I think the guy on TV, Anon, kind of said what everybody wanted to hear.
Yeah.
I gotta jump off, but I'll be hopefully back a little bit later. Okay, guys, I'm starving. So I'll see you. So I'll see you soon.
Enjoy your dinner, Paul.
Paul,
Thank you.
come fly to Texas. I have a Five Guys that I'm still eating.
Hey,
Done.
inevitably,
We have them here. I get that reference.
whenever I make the pilgrimage to Funko Land,
Yes. No,
Because-
seriously, it's fun. It is fun. It's great.
because my wife has now, she has 2 boxes at my comic book store of Funkos that we're going to buy. That she set aside. She has a problem. I know you hate Funko. Look.
I don't hate Funkos.
Look at Vinkman's face. Vinkman's face is like, I hate Funko.
Zach, I own 4. I hate
No
Funko
comment.
Pops till the day I die, but I still own them.
You
can't.
Well
you-
said. Well
you can't-
said.
You can't.
Well
escape-
said.
you can hate the vinyl. You can hate the vinyls with the black eyes all you want, but you're still gonna have at least one of them by the time you die.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong. You're not wrong. All right,
Yeah.
guys. I hope to see you all soon. All right.
Bye,
Paul.
Bye, Paul.
But who started all this was this man right here. Truth be told, it is all your fault.
It's all my fault.
Yes. After she saw your Funkos and like on
Oh.
Crawl,
God, there's so many.
that
There's so many.
Oh, so it's Javi.
Yeah.
That's how I've got them
You're
set
the
up.
reason for this scourge.
oh no,
All right, get
Yeah.
your
Nice.
pitchforks and torches, boys. We're going hunting for
I've been
hobbies.
really good about not buying any lately. Like I found like a falcon, like the falcon that I wanted, and I didn't buy them. I don't have any room.
I also think
I'm gonna-
it's helped by because there's apparently like a vinyl shortage worldwide, isn't there? There's a silicon one too, but I think there's also a vinyl shortage.
Oh, I mean, Jack wanted to go to GameStop the other day when we were picking up dinner, and I found like 3 or 4 I could have taken home. I'm like, I can't. I literally don't have the room.
like right now, I
Can't
will
do
tell
it
you,
anymore.
I've
Just
got-
build another shelf.
Like I'm gonna have to build. Okay, so please don't judge me for my Christmas tree because I still haven't taken it down because I'm a terrible person.
Wow.
But there's
Wow.
that's just the start of the Funko collection.
Oh, that's like
Yeah. Oh no, I already know.
Venkman's getting upset.
Oh boy, here we
Yeah,
go.
Red.
because I think when you came
Yeah,
over,
no,
I
I'm
didn't
good.
even have
Vic was gonna unsubscribe from the base.
all the
No,
boxes.
no, I'm good.
So, but yeah, no, so no. Listen, I've been to your house,
Yeah,
so I know.
you know the trouble I have.
I know the trouble. I know the trouble you've seen.
Yeah,
Nobody
Oh my
knows.
I was
god.
about to say because Zach was like, I've been to your house. And I was like, I met Javi in a parking lot.
that's
So
right.
And it was not for a drug deal.
No,
It's for a
Okay,
Funko Pop
no
deal.
one thought that until you brought it up, and now people are gonna think it is. You
It's for a Funko Pop deal.
fool. No, stop.
it was for a poster deal.
Oh yeah.
I should
Oh,
get a frame for that. I feel really bad because it's
Yeah.
still in my.
speaking of, there's some stuff I've got to ship, and one of those is Javi's poster. But I keep thinking that I'm going to be in town.
Yeah. Well, I've got your Spider-Man PS1 game too.
So yeah, so we gotta get together sooner.
man.
One of the other things I want to do this next year, we're gonna increase the StreamYard presence, so we'll be able to stream in 1080 as opposed to 720. That's what we can
Nice.
manage. So that is also going to add Twitch, and I'll be doing some stuff on Twitch. But kind of starting in July, it's going to be kind of a little bit of flux. We're going to try to keep scheduling as much as possible, but I'm going to be between here in Nebraska. I don't think I'll be there the full month. I'm hoping that I'll be there and working my butt off and making lots of money. But there's some
Yeah.
local stuff popped up that hopefully will enable me to stay a little closer to home.
Hopefully one day, because I want to go see my girlfriend before she leaves for Kentucky, and hopefully we can get all the entire gang together, the Texas gang together for one night out.
Oh, absolutely. Eventually, I'm moving to Houston. I mean, that's going to happen.
Also, then maybe one day when I commute to Staples, I can drive by your house.
yeah,
Still,
or-
like sneak into your fridge.
Well, I won't live in Houston proper. We're going to try to live in Baytown as close as Baytown as possible. Mainly because I don't want to pay Harris County taxes. That's almost as bad as Travis County. And I say that because of
Yeah.
but in fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put all the Texas boys on top. There you go. All
Title
right.
us all.
The Texas Trio.
Texas Trio. I'll put
There
myself
we go.
because I have to be the center.
You have to be flanked by red.
It gives balance, proportion to the whole thing.
Well, I am wearing.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Yeah.
So, in honor of the birthday, I am wearing a Scarlet
Oh
Spider
yeah.
shirt.
Awesome.
So, Scarlet. So, for those that don't know, maybe this is your first time watching our network. If it is, I am so sorry.
But this is the best episode to join in because we're all absolutely psychotic, and this is our,
Yeah.
this is our way of showing it.
This is the most extemporaneous episode I think we've had since like episode 1, or the Q&A we tried to do that one time. Which,
Nice.
okay, so I'll look at you, Vinkman, look at you, because guess what?
This is like a panic attack.
I got mine too. We're Twinkies, Vinkman. So I've got. This is the for those that are audio listeners. God, I hope.
God, I hope you're not listening on Spotify.
Just watch the video.
You gotta go to YouTube. You gotta subscribe.
Well, this guy was in Reach, the villain of a very frustrating video game from the 90s.
Oh.
Eventually, I want to do the games too, and I'll start with the PS1 game because I think that's a real. I call it Spider-Man 64 because it's 64-bit graphics that was brought to N64 as well. Because I played it on the N64, not PlayStation. So I'll play that, and we'll do some stuff. Pokemon Rider Variety Hour. By the way, Fridays are open now, Neil, like we talked about.
Okay.
So,
Well, I work from. Well, actually, okay. I need to do an episode with Paul, so that actually works out well. We're doing Bad Batch. So
I did announce this on Make Mine Mayday for those that missed it, but it's going to be Thursday.
hello.
Okay.
Okay.
We got muted. Neil's being attacked by vicious dogs. But yeah, so Make My Maydays is going to be moving to Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern. So that is the announcement. It was kind of chaotic with the episode, but we're going to be covering 54 through 59. That's the next episode of Make My Mayday.
Nice. Looking forward to that.
Season of the Serpent. So we'll be wrapping up the 10th volume of the digests. So that's something. All right, so let's talk some news, guys. Bankman, you can stay on as long as you want.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I can have up to 10 people. Oh, look at you. My man. I've got that too. Right here. The new Spider-Man figure from the 1990s. So, all right. Javi, did you hear about the new Miguel O'Hara figure?
I did hear about the new Miguel O'Hara figure, and I saw the webbed back, and I'm like, oh man, I need that.
Listen,
And then I'm like, you know what though? I've got a hot toy, and that's really all I need.
Listen,
So,
I get it. So
Yeah, hot. Unfortunately, hot toys are kind of out of my price
What?
range.
No,
So
you can't go out. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute myself again.
this one I couldn't pass up on. So
yeah, I think this isn't like Spider-Man related, but like the only, and I'm gonna eat my words if they actually do this. Like the only time I would actually consider paying the premium price for a Hot Toys figure is if they actually make a Hot Toys, because they've never made an action figure of this ever, which just boggles my mind. But like if they actually do, like, say a Hot Toys Johnny 5 from Short Circuit, I would buy that in a heartbeat.
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, so I'm going to share my screen. I am a terrible webmaster and did not post this on our front page of Spideydude.com. But so here is the from MarvelousNews.com. This is the official.
I mean,
Look at
that
that.
looks
Look at
like
those
the
hands.
best Miguel they've made in that scale for sure.
It's a little bit darker blue. Than
They've been doing that a lot lately, though, for that figure.
Yeah, it's a little bit darker blue. Got some hand swaps, which the other one did not come with these hand swaps. Now
Yeah.
they're still using the Pizza Spidey buck, but that's fine. It is available for pre-order right now.
Oh man, why are you
in
doing this to me, Zach?
the retro pack, which I have here. I'll show the other part of my office, the part that you guys don't see. But I've got most of the retro cards. I don't have all of them, but I've got most of them. And so I will be getting this retro card probably in July.
I like it a lot, but I also like the one that came out a few years ago, the metallic blue. And at this point, because I've got so many pre-orders, I don't know if I can justify this one. We'll see. I'm not ruling it out.
Yeah, I got to get Jameson, and I've got to get Kingpin. And
Yeah,
I kept
still
linking
need
you
those
to a.
ones.
I kept linking you to a site that had Jameson. You never bit.
I know.
What's Venkman got?
Oh, he's got
I remember that one.
Classic 1990s. That was from the same weight as the Ben Reilly figure. And I was expecting him to go to that card and not do the 90s show card. I was hoping they would kind of go to that old retro card, but I'm fine with the aesthetic of the 90s show card. Yeah, it comes with the 3 pairs of hands, web cape, which like I said, that if you missed out on that one, and that's part of the reason they're doing these re-releases, is because people missed out. So then that leads to the new Sandman figure kind of leaked. Leaked via Facebook. I shared it on Facebook. So this, I've got the original Build-A-Figure Sandman. Came with an
I have that.
I had it. I sold it. I've got the Marvel Select Sandman right now with the bottom half that's the sand funnel.
Yeah, my biggest problem with this figure is
the arms.
The arms are so heavy, it's very hard for him to stand up on his own. And so this kind of solves that problem. And I'll share my screen again.
There was another Sandman before that, right? He had like a clamp.
Yeah, the Toy Biz.
Is that who? Okay.
Yeah, that was.
I had that one. He was pretty good.
So they've kind of solved that problem. He's got normal arms, but they've got these like inserts that go on top of the arms, and then the hands are swappable. Plus, it's got a new head. Also on the retro card, it's Marvel's Sandman, which is just to me.
Not to be confused with DC Sandman coming soon.
But these figures are based on the 90s cartoon. Remember that episode of the 90s cartoon with Sandman?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
his name was Hydro Man.
I'm sorry, I had to do that. Zach and I have spent the last year trying to explain to people that just because we're using that card and doesn't mean they're based on the old cartoon.
Yeah, and this one looks to be an all new sculpt as well. So I'll be interested to see if the arms on this one fit the old sculpt. But yeah, I'm excited about that one. This one leaked on Facebook and Instagram, and then finally, I'll find it. But the Miles Morales figure, the new Miles Morales, that's going to be GameStop exclusive.
I'm not getting it then.
It's a Gamerverse. yeah. Well, it's a Gamerverse based figure where he's kind of in his invisibility.
Yeah.
It looks. I don't know if it's a new sculpt. I don't know if it's a new sculpt at all. I do know that the Electro hands are new.
I think it might be a resculpt of the Insomniac Spider-Man mold.
Yeah. So it's like I say, it's based off of the Insomniac game. This one I don't know if I'll get, especially if it's GameStop exclusive here in the U.S. GameStop is so hit and miss. Sometimes they have plenty, and other times they don't. So I'm hoping that we'll see something with this Gamerverse.
Well, no, Zach. Sometimes they have them, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just lose their license in the States to sell things.
Listen, the Nova figure has been out in Canada and the UK for like 4 months, and Walgreens has not done jack crap with anything concerning the Nova figure. So apparently there's been some issues with Walgreens, and they've been trying to get rid of the last vestiges of the Namor, Daredevil, Medusa. Because like the Fantastic Four ones, they sold really well. The Silver Surfer sold really well. They're very hard to find. The original, based on the Kirby design, not like the.
Yeah.
That's another rant that the upcoming Fantastic Four designs are based off of John freaking Byrne. Not
Kirby.
Not Kirby. Kirby did the original designs.
But
Not
everyone on the
Kirby.
Marvel Legends sites are calling the blue and white costumes the original costumes.
They're not. They're not the original costumes. I'm sorry, folks. I know they were the costumes
No.
on the cartoon.
But why do these people who don't know comics scream so much about comic accuracy?
Because they saw a Jim Lee picture and they think they know everything.
Well, they know who Jim Lee is. They don't know who Chris Claremont is. They don't know why. Why are we getting more? Why are we getting shirtless Wolverine in a 5-pack? I know why. It's because they love that mold.
Probably because it's also a cheap mold.
Yeah, well, they've used it 7 times, like 7 times. So it's paid for itself at this point. But yeah, so those are the 3 figures that have been announced. No new waves have been announced concerning Spider-Man. If you find the Spider-Verse wave, you can still find those some places. Some of them went on clearance already. To make way for Shang-Chi wave and
I want that Mr. Hyde.
I love the Mr. Hyde. I don't care about look. Am I excited for Shang-Chi as a movie? Yes. I'm ready to see it. I want to see what Marvel does with it.
Yeah. Although here's what I need with my Mr. Hyde: a comic book 616 Jarvis for him to beat the crap out of.
Oh no!
How many of you have read that story?
No.
Thank you, Roger Stern.
I think that's on Unlimited. If you haven't seen it, it's on Marvel Unlimited. So
if you want to see why Baron Zemo is such a bad person despite being a great dancer, read that arc.
yeah. So okay, Vinkman, I'm going to let you ask away. You get to ask any question to any analysts.
Okay.
Shut up. So, live callers. I'm going to make the banner live callers. All right, live callers. Vinkman.
Okay. Well, I wish I thought of this before I came on, but
It's okay. I don't think either. So
all Neil does is react.
Accurate.
True.
Well, since for most of us, we all obviously we love, we love podcasting. We love listening to podcasts. I'm curious what other podcast, comic book related or other genre related podcasts you all like to listen to.
I don't. I podcast enough to listen to my own voice. So,
I'll tell you, I've been dipping my toe. They're about to celebrate 300 episodes, but Amazing Spider Talk. I've listened to them on and off over the years. Congratulations to those guys, by the way, for 300 episodes. But I've listened to them. I've listened for Spider-Man stuff. I listened to. I listened to a few other conservative-based shows here and there, but I mainly do a lot of tech YouTube when I'm driving and stuff. So like Marquez Brownlee, John Prosser's fun to watch because he likes to leak everything before it all comes out. So he's been, although he really whiffed on WWDC. Badly. They're like, oh, new MacBooks are coming, and then no new MacBooks are coming, at least yet. So I'm an Apple fan, so I watch a lot of Apple tech YouTube. I'm a Cowboys fan, Dallas Cowboys fan, so I watch on YouTube Mike Fisher, Cowboys insider. He's been in Dallas for 5 years. Usually he gets everything right when it comes to Dallas sports stuff. So my stuff's pretty eclectic, I suppose.
Mine too. I've got a small list of things that I could recommend. I like Dan Carlin's Hardcore History a lot. If you've ever heard of that, especially if you're able to get a hold of his Wrath of the Khans, which is 6 podcasts about Genghis Khan and the building of the Mongolian Empire. It is terrific. I listen to the Whelmed podcast, which is the Young Justice podcast, which goes into depth on that show the way we did with Spectacular Radio. Actually, in ways that I never even considered. It's gotten me thinking about formats for Voices from the Eerie. We'll see what happens. I like Walloping Web Snappers a lot.
Speaking of, stay tuned on the Voices from the Eerie front.
Yeah, I like Walloping Web Snappers quite a bit. They're a lot of fun. They're trying to review every episode of every Spider-Man cartoon ever made. I listen to other Spectacular stuff, some really good observations. It's nice to hear opinions that weren't ours. And speaking of cartoon podcasts, there's another one I like called What a Cartoon Podcast. They have this ambitious plan to review one episode from every cartoon series ever made. Good luck to them. But what I like about that one is they do a ton of research. So they're not just talking out of their asses when they get on there. I mean, I once heard someone attempt to do another Gargoyles podcast. This is the one that actually got me to really commit to doing mine. They announced in the first episode that Ed Asner died a very long time ago. And I'm thinking, he's still alive and well. If you're not going to do any research, why should I listen to you?
Oh, no. Why? Google is your friend, bro. Like,
oh my God! Speaking of,
I like the School of Movies podcast quite a bit. They go into a lot of nerd type movies, and they're a lot of fun to listen to. And finally, I like the Cult podcast. It's a group of comedians that do research on cults throughout history and a lot of really messed up stuff.
Dude. Infographic. Infographic, not infographics. I've listened to the infographic show, but who was it? Biographics. I don't know. It's got like the British guy from Biographics. I really like his work. They do random people every week, like 2 or 3 times a week on YouTube, and it's really entertaining. Especially when they're going into like European history. So I don't know. I'm a weirdo for that type of thing.
You'd like Dan Carlin's Hardcore History quite a bit. Genghis Khan changed the course of human history. There was a time when Europe was well behind the Middle East in terms of advancement. Then he destroyed and ran rampant the entire region. And they're apparently only at 1.5 years away from reaching the Atlantic. So who knows what would have happened.
Holy crap. So, Greg, do we want to announce, speaking of the Eerie?
Like I've said, we've got the first episode recorded. We haven't been able to record the second episode just yet because my co-host has had a death in the family. So she spent the last few weeks dealing with that. She's
sorry about that.
Hopefully we'll be able to, when that is taken care of, she'll be back and we'll be able to move on. But we do have a first episode recorded, and Zach and I have been talking about I don't know when we're going to premiere it, but we might make it available early on to Patreon supporters. It'd be nice to get some early feedback, for example.
So if you're a Patreon subscriber, go to Patreon. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, go to patreon.com. In fact, Greg, if you're good with it, if you're good with it, Greg, I'm willing to go ahead and put the first episode up on Patreon right now.
Excellent.
So I'm working on that. Okay. The main event.
Okay.
Oh, I've got a few podcast recommends.
Oh, my bad.
Go
ahead,
man. I've been listening a lot recently to the Vigilante 1939 podcast. They're big Batman fans, but it kind of goes all over the gamut. They talk Marvel movies, they talk comics. They've got a couple special episodes where they do World's Finest, where they talk about Batwoman and Superman and Lois.
With a title like that, I hope they talk about the Shadow.
Yeah. Well, they've got a Batman logo behind it, like an old school 1939 logo. Michael Bailey wise, Crisis to Crisis, I've been listening to for like a decade now. His new show, the Superman and Lois tapes, with Allison and Bethany. That one rocks.
Listen to that every week.
Batman Book Club. And I've been on it twice, so take that for what you will.
There you go.
But Batman Book Club is awesome. It's my buddy Ryan Lauer, which is spelled like lower, and he just gets a different guest every week, and they talk about a Batman story. Sometimes it's something like Long Halloween, and sometimes it's something a little off the beaten path, like Batman Thrill Killer, or they did some stories the other day that took place during, was it Cataclysm?
Yeah.
Just like two random issues.
Have they comment on the Batman news that came out this week?
Oh God.
Oh boy, here we go.
No, not yet. No.
Is this still a
I've got,
children's
like,
podcast?
50 James Bond
Heroes
podcasts
don't do
I
that.
rotate through.
Don't get me started.
Giga cringe.
So James Bond and Friends, from Tailors with Love, James Bond Radio. I mean, I just constantly cycling through stuff, trying to keep up with everything, which is like impossible.
Have they finally released No Time to Die?
No.
It got delayed again?
I mean, it got delayed
This
again,
year?
but that was like months ago. It's still on track
the
now
year?
for end of September for the rest of the world, and October 8th for us, because we suck. The last like 3 or 4 movies, they've done like the rest of the world first, like 2 weeks ahead of time before the US gets it. So it's like, stay off the message boards and everything else and let the rest of the world talk about it, while we in America just kind of wait because reasons.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I have not watched Loki yet, and I'm going to tell you, very, very hard to stay off the internet, like on when a new episode of like something drops.
Yeah,
inevitably, I go to Yahoo and I peruse Yahoo News. I'm one of the 5 people that still use Yahoo News. It's just a forced habit at this point.
I will drive to your house and I will sneak in and I will change your search engine to Google or Bing. Or
I use it for everything else. It's just I've used Yahoo News since 2000. Okay, it's a muscle memory thing. It's like,
time for a change.
I know, but Greg, did you send me the episode of Voice? Send me to.
I'm uploading it to my drive right now. I'll get it to you 1 second.
I thought I downloaded it on my computer, but I don't know. I'm still having to reorganize my files. But anyway, so yeah, no. Interesting that we have the tastes that we do, and I knew, like, hey, look, I love Michael Bailey. I do.
Oh yeah.
I was on Voices, I was on Views from the Long Box, episode 103.
Yep.
I love Mike.
To that.
Mike's one of my favorite people in the podcasting sphere. I hope to meet him one day whenever I get to Atlanta. Yeah. Like, I can literally knock out of like the crawl spacers that I knew back in the day, like our podcasted back in the day. I can knock out Bailey, I can knock out Kelly, and meet and knock out Ash all at once. With Trip. And basically, other than Brad and Pete and Darkmark, and JR, that's it. That'll be the only ones I had met. So, because I've met Hobby, I've met Neil. I'm going to meet Greg next year.
Yes.
That's how we met.
Also, Zach, are you going to come down to Houston for July?
During the month of July, no. I will be.
But you're in Nebraska, yeah.
I'll be in Nebraska.
Yeah.
If you want to send me something, because Cates and Stegman are coming to Comic Palooza in Houston. If you want, send me some of your comics and I'll see if I can get them signed.
You should have a link, Zach.
Thank you. Okay. But yeah, no, I'll get it. I'll get stuff to you. They were supposed to be up in Amarillo too. And they were going to be up in Amarillo while I was gone in July. So I was so sad. I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna be gone." And
I'm not sure if I'm going just because I don't know if work will let me. But if I can, I'm gonna do my damnedest to go to Comic Palooza because I've got a bunch of stuff I want Stegman to sign.
Yeah, I love that. Like, people on Twitter are still going, "What's y'all's next project together at Marvel?" They're like, what are you?
I think wasn't I remember like one of their plans was to do like a creator own together.
I think that's still the plan.
'Cause I just haven't heard anything from them. So it's like, okay, so what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess Venom 200 came out today, did it not? That's what I heard.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I'm still in the brain of this is Wednesday, not Thursday. But yeah, no,
Welcome to the inaugural episode.
There's
Hey, that wasn't me this time.
That was me.
It's like, Greg, you're a ventriloquist.
Yes, I am.
It is. I was trying to upload to Patreon right now.
Yeah, I'm sending you the graphic for it right now. Also,
I think. All right. Yeah. Resend me the graphic because I'm going to put that on there too.
got it right now.
So congratulations to Vinkman and Scott. You guys are going to be the first people. The voices from the Eerie first episode. So congratulations. Nice. And I'm adding the app. It's uploading. So we'll see it. We'll see if it finishes on the end of the stream. But voices episode 1. All right. So I'll be posting that shortly on patreon.com. So Damon, you're welcome to stay the rest of the episode. I don't
I'm actually going to have to duck out and say my good night, so I got to feed the family.
Oh God! Yeah.
Dude, we had a super late lunch. So, Venkman, it was awesome to talk to you, dude.
Nice to talk to you.
Before you leave, let me tease.
Tease away.
All right. So this fall, Amazing Spider-Man Classics Season 2, starring this man, Javier. And as I point at him on if you're audio only, I'm pointing at him. Javier and his son Jack are going to be going through Spider-Man from the beginning. The final 5 episodes of Season 1 will be coming out this month of June, wrapping up Season 1 this month. So we're at 39. We have 40, 41, and then I'm going to be posting. It's 4 episodes. 40 and 41. 40 was the last of the original run, final issues.
Oh no!
He did an email episode. John did, and then they did Vietnam a Go-Go on the Gotham Chronicle. So we're going to post that. Those 2 episodes.
Vietnam a Go-Go.
It's funny.
You got on me for making a Guantanamo joke last episode. Now we're doing jokes about the Vietnam War.
All right. It's Flash Thompson, Archie Flash Thompson.
Yeah.
It's bonkers. So we'll be
What if?
Yeah, it's a what if. So we'll be posting those episodes on the feed, and then Season 2 with Hobby. We got the pilot episode for Season 2 has already been recorded, and more episodes to come. But I don't have a firm announcement date. Hobby and I will get that sorted out.
Yeah.
But this fall is planned to have this man grace his tones with Jack on the radio network. So
nice.
Really excited to bring it to you guys.
I'm excited to have it, man. It's going to be something that's intrinsically unique to the website. We haven't been able to get Brian back on here on Spidey Experience, but that's also a plan. But yeah, no, I'm really excited to see what you and Jack do, and we'll get together and we will break bread sooner rather than later, my friend.
Yes, for sure.
So, all right, Hobby.
Awesome, man. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
Tell all the kids and your significant other I said hello.
I will do that, man.
All
Everyone
right,
have a good night.
A year today from when we met. Officially. Yeah, I saw I had the pictures on my time off. I was like,
really? Holy cow.
So a year to the day, man. So it's been a whole year. Cannot believe it.
No, that's insane.
But all right, brother. We'll talk soon.
All right, man. Take it easy.
And then there were 5 little superheroes.
Mwahaha.
All right.
All right, ASM time. Let's go.
All right.
Hang on, I'm writing. Enjoy this episode of Voices.
All right. And publish. Patreon's. All right. So,
All right, big think glasses on.
all right.
There
So
we go.
Baseball
That's
cap
what I'm talking
activate.
about.
I have not.
It's gamer time.
I have not downloaded the meme you want to use yet.
Oh no, I'm gonna do it in real time voices. So
Okay. That's probably better.
I have changed it to be more family friendly.
I appreciate that. So we're going to be covering tonight, as I pull open my what's it called? Comixology.
I've got it downloaded. You want me to just go through it real quick?
I got my books. It's in my books. I just gotta click this on.
Books.
As long as my computer will cooperate. I'm not going to show as much stuff as I have been in the past because it seems like every time I share my screen lately, it's been a unmitigated nightmare. But okay,
I just wanted to point out there's some really well drawn kitchen knives in the background of the Carlos Gomez panels.
all right.
God, why are you looking at the kitchen knives now?
That a what stuff?
For some reason, it's not uploading or uploaded. I don't know why. So, Neil, if you've got the
Just let
issue,
Neil do it.
I'll let you do it.
Yeah, okay. So after a page dedicated to celebrating Jean-Paul Leon, who died this past month, I believe.
Yep.
The Chameleon Conspiracy Part 2, ASM 68, which is legacy number 8. Excuse me, legacy number 869. Nice. Written by Nick Spencer and Ed Brisson, who, for those of you who don't know, was the writer of the last Ghost Rider run and the one who wrote Mephisto getting out of Hell Prison. I wonder if that's relevant. This book has 3 artists, not counting the backup: Marcelo Ferreira, Carlos Gomez, and Zay Carlos, with inks by Wayne. What?
They should have just gotten Gomez to do the whole damn thing.
I think it's because he's still finishing up the America Chavez mini. He's not.
I like the Zay Carlos thing.
Zay Carlos is okay. I like him.
Yeah,
It depends as long as it's not Hollowell's coloring. Anyways, inks by Wayne Foucher, Carlos Gomez, and Zay Carlos, and colors by Maury Hollowell, Andrew Crossley, and Eric Arciniega as colors. So the issue begins with Teresa Parker firing a gun into the head of the finisher. But surprise, surprise, it's a hologram. And then they go into a side room where the finisher is wearing a nice suit, but he's also a hologram, but they're going to talk. Anyways, to the art I actually like in this book, Peter is meeting a very pregnant Betty Brant, much more pregnant than Begley drew her. And much more pregnant than Ferrero drew her, and Ned Leeds, who's wearing a very nice suit. So Ned has gotten over the whole, I told you not to bang my wife! And Peter says, but I did it anyways. And Peter says, but I did it anyways. What are you going to do about it?
All right, Josh.
Anyways.
So you're Bertoni this week.
Yes, I am Bertoni. It's a rotating gig. Next week it'll be Adams, and the week after that's Paul's.
All right.
So you're good. So if you're Bertoni, are you gonna start posting eggplant emojis?
Yes, I'm gonna start posting eggplant emojis, Osborne Thirst, and I will be writing several weeks worth of essays on why Betty's a terrible character.
Personally, he never said she was a bad character.
Joshua Lambertoni, co-founder of the Spideydude Radio.
So
you love him.
Ned's over Peter banging his wife and explains everything. That he was the hobgoblin, and that Kingsley's brainwashing sent him in a downward emotional spiral that ended up with the fight in ASM 275. And so while Peter and Ned were headed to Germany, Ned went to one of Norman Osborn's European real estate holdings, where he met Gwen Stacy and things happened.
Fake news.
That's not what happened. That's not what.
Scales of a goblin glide together. So, anyways, Ned broke into one of his stashes, and ingested all of the serum he could, and then gotcha, Foreigner's men came, and he got kidnapped, and he died, and then somehow the serum brought him back, even though he ingested it and didn't take it in a gaseous form. He's alive again. Which means he's totally a robot.
Nice back reference, by the way. Small doses in gaseous form.
With no blackouts, no recovery. But anyway, someone found him who could help him. And Peter's like, well, okay, so what's the point of all this? And Betty says, it was so I could get pregnant. I'll explain.
No.
So I was working on a big story for the Bugle a couple months ago, and I got an anonymous message. So Robbie, Glory, and I looked over random stockholding photos of a bunch of paragraphs. They had nothing to do with what we were talking about, but they looked interesting because they had graphs. So I ended up texting my mystery man, we need to meet. And so I met Ned in a garage, and we banged. And so I'm pregnant now.
Okay.
Wait, they met in Moscow, right?
Yes, it was on a train.
Putin's got the sex tape.
Yeah, they got the CCTV off the parking garage. That's gonna have to do. So Peter says, "Okay, so what's the point? Just what's the point? Tell me now."
Get to the
and
point.
Betty says, "Okay, so here's this manila folder. We have no idea what's in it, but it says something about your guy named Jamie Tolentino. He calls himself he had a device called the Clairvoyant." And then Peter's like, "Well, I got to skedaddle. Bye, guys." And so meanwhile, Jamie, I said Jaime earlier, but I'm dumb.
That's Jamie.
So Jamie's over at ESU about to steal the catalyst. Oh no. Anyways, Foreigner and Chance are in a white van, getting ready to sell candy. So
no.
Meanwhile, there's jack lanterns up on the roof. So Jamie steals Dr. Connors' ID card. Actually, I do like the way Zay Carlos draws the lizard, except for the eyes. The eyes are kind of weird, but that's not really important. But Jamie steals the ID card and meets with Slide, of all villains, which I'm not sure if he died and was brought back from Clone Conspiracy. I don't
even know. I thought he only had like 3 appearances.
He's been gone for so long, he might as well be dead.
He came back before that.
Okay, so he got better.
Hang on. Pause. Because somebody's about to go to bed. Gabriella, come here.
Okay, won't say anything edgy for the next 2 minutes.
What is this? Spider Girl. Right? Somebody wanted you to have this. The gentleman right there on the screen.
Hi, Gabby.
She can't hear you right now. He wanted you to have this. This is yours. It's a very own Spider Girl doll, and her mask comes off.
Yay.
Is that cool?
Wow.
Aww.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
All right.
Aww. Nice.
There you go. That's all yours. All right. Stays here, though. Go home with her. Stays with Dad. Dad's going to take care of it.
Spider Girl, stay with Dad. Oh.
It's a collector's item.
So anyway,
I had Pinkman here. I had to get.
Yep.
Okay.
Aw.
So do we want to keep going?
Keep going.
Okay. Yeah. So Jamie explains to Slide through the power of plot armor that in ASM 847, the Lethal Legion tried to steal this thing in order to, I guess, cure Count Nefaria. It's been a while, so I've forgotten what happened. But they have it under lockdown, like really good lockdown, including the Nazis from Wolfenstein and a laser grid. So Jamie distracts the Wolfenstein Nazis while Slide slips into the toilet to get on top of the laser grid, slips in, and get some PIM particles on that thing to get it away. Spider-Man comes in and says, hey, Doc Connors, I'm looking for your student, Jamie. Oh, yeah, he was just here. But I guess they put back a fake, and Jamie's goes, haha, Dr. Connors is cold-blooded. I'm going to make a joke about his mutation, even though it's a traumatizing event for him. Got him. And Peter smashed through the window saying, knock, knock, let the devil in. And Chance and Foreigner jump out of their van. He's like, oh, shoot, there's no kids here. Time to get a gun. Fight scene, wall explodes. Everyone's here, including the jack-o'-lanterns. The end. Time to be
continued. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
Get the
dun.
sound effect. There we go. Yeah, boy.
To be continued.
Oh, but wait, there's an MCU post-credits scene.
Which I
Doc Ock's on an
didn't
island.
see. I saw it.
Doc
He's
Ock's
on
an
Venom's island
and-
from the 300s.
Yes.
Probably.
And he's on the beach. Also, Sandman's here, and they have
To
a
be
hug.
continued.
They have a kiss and a snuggle, and then they walk away to get the rest of the Sinister Six. To be continued.
Yeah.
The Sinister War is coming, guys. Wow.
Next month.
Hang on. Oh, nice. I'm hoping that we'll see a Metro Ock.
I'm still hoping.
Yeah.
It's William Edgar's voice Doc.
I'm still. Oh damn, Huck thick.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Ock is back to being Ock instead of being not superior. But yeah, so that Sinister War is coming. This arc will conclude by the time.
Yeah, it's gonna conclude in June. It's like the last week of June, I think.
Yeah, so we got an issue coming out next week, and then we got an issue coming out of a giant-sized issue in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We are not recording, to my knowledge. My wife's like, you can record. I'm like, we'll just wait till July to record the next episode. But yeah, no. So all right, I got to add. All right, Greg. So let's start with Greg. We're gonna do your grade, sir.
I'll give it a B. It's a fairly good issue. I have no real major complaints about it. I like the art. I like that the way Hobgoblin is drawn by whichever of the three artists.
It's Carlos
Gomez.
Gomez, yeah.
But I'm very unsure about Ned's story. I mean, I think we all are at this point. On the one hand, like Peter, it sounds like it makes sense, but it almost sounds a little bit too well put together. I mean, I'm not entirely sure if how much of this we are supposed to believe. I mean, yeah, I can buy it that Ned, thinking he was the Hobgoblin, which is what Kingsley did to him, went in search of more of the Goblin formula from Osborn. But I'm also the Goblin juice, yes. But I'm globulin green or whatever. But the fact that it had no effect on him when he drank it, and then he still came in and sliced his throat. I mean, okay, healing factor, that did kick in, but there just seems to be a lot of holes in the story. And he even said he met someone and he wouldn't fill in anymore. So I'm still not entirely sure this is the real Ned Leeds.
I think it's a robot.
I think so too.
Like Spencer's been kind of amping up like who's a robot or not with.
Then who got Betty pregnant?
It was okay. So Symbio Bro and I have a joke that it was Flash when he was a dragon in King in Black.
But like I said, it sounds like it could make sense. And also, I've got to say, I'm still a little bit proud of myself, although even I've only seen those two movies once, because no one else seems to have, except for since we talked about it last time, has made a connection between the Finisher and Mr. Fears from the ASM Andrew Garfield movies.
Yeah, so let me explain that. Mr. Fires from from the ASM movies is actually based off of the Adam Troy Castro novels for the 1990s. Not the same character.
Oh, but they called him Mr. Fears last issue.
They did. But
so Spencer combined them.
Yeah, I think Spencer combined the two. Truth be told.
Good.
I'm fine with. The Gentleman was an interesting character in the novels, so if you haven't read those novels, you can find them at a secondhand bookstore.
Yeah, I'm interested in what Chameleon is up to, but I'm not entirely interested in this Teresa Parker story. We'll see where it ends up going. And there's a lot of the elements, like we've talked about last time, which aren't my favorites. The stuff with Jamie is not my favorite plot element, although I'm enjoying Chance and the Foreigner. It's really the Betty and Ned stuff right now that has me intrigued, but also I'm a Goblin Philly, so we'll see what happens. Even though I've never considered Ned to be an actual goblin, we'll see where that ends up going. But I like the art for the issue for the most part. There's nothing that was wrong with it for me, but so I just give it a B, and we'll see what happens with Ned. I mean, and if it is Ned, if it does turn out to be the real Ned, I'm okay with that too, because let's be honest, he died during editorial mismanagement.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna kill off a longtime character, at least have it mean something, which Stern later came back and made it mean something. But
well, I mean, listen, about half of the story that we got in this issue is based completely off of Hobgoblin Lives and what we saw there. So it's a great way of recapping. Now, apparently the Spider Talk guys went on a full-blown, full-throated rant over this particular issue.
Why?
Which I have a theory. I think it depends on how you feel about Ned. Ned to me was never a great character. He was a good plot device.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good dramatic foil for the time he was there.
Okay, Matt. Let's not talk about that. Okay.
I made that joke last episode. Parker's girlfriend's in Europe. It's bound to happen.
You made it in this one. You did the recap and
yeah, I know. But it's like, okay, listen. I'll say this. Now, Bankman, you haven't read this because you're reading in trades, right?
Eventually, I'm getting there.
Sorry, we're spoiling it for you.
No, that's fine. Spoilers are for the week.
Spoilers for the week. Neil, what's your grade?
I'm giving it an A-. My main problems with it, I actually don't really mind the Teresa stuff. I'm mostly kind of ambivalent on that. If she turns out to be a robot, I'm fine with that. If it turns out she's just Peter's sister, I'm okay with that. Same with Ned. If he's a robot, I'm okay with it. If Kindred brought him back, I'm okay with it. I'm generally mostly ambivalent on most of like the plot points and how they will turn out either way. I'm also kind of with Greg that I'm not a huge fan of the clairvoyant stuff, but I get that they have to wrap it up sooner or later.
Yeah. You happen to have your flowchart?
Maybe it is Kindred.
Yes.
Maybe Ned is Kindred.
Hang on. I've got my flowchart, I think, right here. Yep.
Okay. So
chart time.
Chart time. For those that don't know, I'm gonna. Okay. Thank you.
No.
I'm gonna blow you up, Staples. So we got for those. I'm gonna explain this from like top to bottom, left to right. All right. So we got Betty, we got Peter and MJ at the very top. Kindred's in the middle. Oh, we lost.
My God.
What happened?
Right in the middle of me describing. I lost Neil. Neil dropped off. Oh no! Right as he was he's like trying to position his camera to show us. All right, so there we go. All right,
Staples wants to silence me.
All right, so we got Betty and Ned, Peter and MJ, Mysterio and his movie. The Mysterio and his movie, obviously tied to specifically to MJ. You got Doctor Strange / Mephisto. You got Carly and Larry Hyman.
Larry Hama.
Larry Hyman.
Larry Lyman.
Harry Lyman. Good God. I screwed up on Make My Mayday like a freaking I wrote dad instead of day, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Maydad.
So I have dad. You got Kingpin and the Rose, Otto and the Sinister Six. You might add Savage Six in there too.
Yeah. Well, that's tied into MJ, so I guess that's kind of already in there.
Silver Sable, Foreigner, and
Chance.
Got Teresa, Chameleon, and the Finisher. ESU, Jaime, Clairvoyant, which I think ties into Chameleon stuff. And then you got Betty and Ned at the top left. So this will be a picture of this will be posted up on the Discord page of Spideydude.com. But this is kind of updated because we've been slowly but surely kind of eliminating things here and there throughout it. I don't know if you have the old one in that same spiral.
Oh, I tossed it.
Oh, okay.
I've got an older graphic somewhere. I've got it saved on a digital version, but I don't have it with me right now. So
let me. I think I've got it on the.
I think you've got it in Messenger.
Okay, I know I got it on the Discord. It's on our Discord.
Well.
I respect the effort you put into that.
Thank you. It's not exactly hard, but it's not exactly easy either. So
hopefully the resource hound that is, or hog that is Discord does not completely slow my stuff to a crawl. But as we're doing that, we'll take some live comments. Jero says it's a B-, maybe a C. Not much happened. I'll give you my Adam's grade's an A-. Adam, tell us your thoughts on this.
Yes. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was kind of a breezy read. I guess not a lot happens, but I feel like the plot kind of moved forward a bit. At least there's more intrigue with Ned. Like, I don't know. I don't mind if this is the real Ned and if this is actually what happened. I'm fine with that. But I feel like I see how it is maybe too easy, and there probably is going to be a twist. I mean, we got 2 more chapters of the story left, so anything can happen there. I thought the art was good. I like seeing Slide. That was I wasn't expecting that, and I kind of like that he just threw him in there because he's not really. I feel like he doesn't have that many appearances, so it's like, okay, let's just use this character that no one uses.
Okay, I think the last time I saw Slide was in a Marvel Spider-Man Unlimited when they brought back.
I think that is his last
appearance. Wasn't it a team up with Daredevil?
No, it was like a Slide escaped from prison type story. It was an inventory story that was going to be like you had a lot of inventory stories that were being built up during the Jameis era because he didn't like book shipping late. Same thing with Quesada, especially with the whole JMS shipping late on. And then, of course, the most infamous, most egregious one was Kevin Smith. But yeah, no. So I think that was his last appearance. But go on, Adam.
Yeah.
No, I found. Okay, so I just found it. The one you're talking about is Spider-Man Limited number 6.
Yes.
But his last appearance was in Avengers Standoff Pleasant Hill Omega number 1.
Oh God.
Okay, well, I didn't read
Wow.
that.
Yeah. For one panel, maybe.
No one gives a shit about Pleasant Hill.
Yeah, he was probably in like one panel or something.
Yeah, it was like a vague villain army shot.
Yeah. But anyways, I liked the Ned recap thing because, a lot of people might not know Ned's history and why that's important why it's seemingly important to this story. So there it is. And I thought Gomez drew it really well. Like Greg said, like that Hobgoblin looks really cool. I like Zay Carlos's art a lot in this. I always like the cliffhangers that Spencer leaves on these things. Just like, the things get real and there's a big splash of a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns and things. I don't know. I always like that to try to get you to come back for the next one. I think it's mostly effective. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of a breezy issue that it's not incredible, but it's good. I don't know.
I do think one of the major problems is that Spencer feels like he's trying to buy time for the giant size issue.
Yeah. I could see that.
You could probably.
What was that, Zach?
I was going to say you could probably have eliminated the giant-sized issue and just made these a little bit bigger and made these a little.
Yeah, like made it like each issue like $4.99 a bit, or
Yeah.
I'll just make it $3.99 with a couple more pages. Oh no, you lose like $2 in profit.
I think that like this is a weird story arc because there are so many different artists for this thing, and then Brisson is co-writer right now, so it's like it kind of makes you wonder, what's going on. Is this like, are they rushing this out a bit?
Yes, because it's coming out weekly.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. They're going full
They're going full weekly now at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there is
Next
something else that's been speculated about, which I'll bring up after we're done talking about the issue.
Yeah.
Well, and,
But,
and also Sinister War is coming up, so we're going monthly, but it's separating into two separate books because Spencer's with Bagley on Sinister War, and then Vicentini is taking over on the main title for a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I don't know. I still think it's fairly enjoyable. So I don't know.
It's hard to review some of these individual issues in a vacuum when they're part of a larger whole.
It definitely
it probably
middle chapter syndrome.
Yes.
So
in the trade, it'll probably be fine.
So all right, my grade B+, same as last time. I don't hate this issue. I thought Carlos Gomez's art was great. I think all three artists really did pretty well, and it didn't. Their styles were similar enough that it didn't jar me the way we've seen through the Spencer run, and in comics in general, where if they have to do fill-in artists. So I like the book. I'm interested to see the Ned thing. Josh still claims that the child's not his.
I don't believe it.
That'll be the big twist.
It was Bertoni. Like Spencer creates a character named Bertoni, and it's his baby.
Oh my god! What's like how
it was Bertoni all along?
It's like how Michael Bailey was in Superman Red and Blue.
She thought he was Ned, but really he was banging Bertoni in a parking garage.
Hey, I was in an issue of Gargoyle's Bad Guys.
He was. I've seen the panel. So something that we'll definitely talk about on Voices from the Hearing. Also. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
I was kind of an ASM.
Yeah,
I was that guy in the orange hoodie in ASM 38.
Yeah,
who has two thumbs and helped inspire a comic where my finger's pointed. My mic's in the way.
You.
This guy,
it's me, Mario.
Who helped inspire an issue, but also who got published
an issue by Peter David.
Yeah. Who got published in an issue of Amazing Spider-Man's letters page? This guy.
I'm still working on it, old man. I'm catching up.
I know. And my poor friend Dark Mark. Sorry, buddy. Win some, you lose some. He actually spoiled it for me before I knew it was in the
He did that. Sheer spite.
Well, he goes, "Congratulations," and I said, "For what?" And he goes, "Oh, you don't know." And I'm like, "Oh no, I don't know." And he goes, "I know." I go, "Know what?" And I kind of had a sneaking suspicion it was the letters page because, like, we haven't talked in months. And he goes, "Well, congratulations anyway." And so then I went and decided to buy the issue twice. I bought the digital version, and I was like, so I flipping, scrolling. And sure enough, there was my letter, and I was like, "Hey, I'm being published." And then I had to tell Pete. Because Pete's my boy. Speaking of, thank you, Pete, for the design of various stuff on Spideydude.
Based Chi-Town.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed the issue. Again, it suffers from middle chapter syndrome. It's not a bad issue. It's just it really is. By putting it with this weird break in between, because we have 5 weeks this month, 5 Wednesdays, it kind of broke it up. But yeah, am I excited for weekly stuff? Yes. Are we going to be on this show weekly? Probably not. Mainly because I'm going to be tired. Working outside all day and trying to, by the time I get back to the crash pad, I'm going to be probably just spent. So trying to do this weekly.
In the hot sun.
Yeah.
100-degree heat with 100% humidity is not something I'm looking forward to. So,
Houston's been a nightmare. It was 100 degrees all day today.
Yeah. Well, and we've been sitting in the we were 96, but it's dry heat. So, but we've been our humidity last week was on par with Houston. We were in the dew points were in the 70s, and I was like, I'm not. This is not. Nope. Yeah. So, by the way, did you bump up your thermostat, Neil?
Oh yes, 78 all the way. Thank you, Ercot.
Yeah, Ericot's
You're useless again.
Ericot is getting creamed right now by social media in Texas. It's the Texas grid. Texas has its own grid except for the Panhandle and El Paso. And so they're telling everybody to bump their thermostats up to 78. Like, what is this, California? No offense, Adam.
No, this is Texas.
So
it's like 80-ish here. It's not too bad.
You're in like the nice part of California where it's like super nice.
Well, but it'll heat up probably like in a month or so. It'll be like 90 something.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to being up there in August. So, by the way, if anybody wants to call in and be a part of this episode that's watching, there's a couple different ways you can do it. Because I want to take some more live callers before the episode ends. It is our voicemail line. We always say our voicemail line. You can always leave us a voicemail, but right now you can call live. I will answer, even if it's you, Ron, friends. 818-925-6631 is the phone number if you want to be a part of the program. It's not just the voicemail line right now. It is the line to call if you're in the well, I don't know if it works internationally, but if you're in the continental United States, you can certainly call. I will answer the phone. I will mute myself. And so you'll have to state your name, where you're from, because literally I don't have like a call screener. So if you call me, it's going to be live on the internet, which may give some opportunities. So
hang on, let me make a quick call real quick.
Listen, Matt asked if the voicemail number worked for us Canadians. It's Google Voice, so I would assume it works for the Canadians too. So if you have an iPhone, you can. I know you can FaceTime me. You have an iPhone, so I know you can FaceTime from Canada, because I have a friend. Actually, Sarah has a friend from Canada.
Did you just say A?
A.
He did.
I give her a hard time. I tell her it's a boot time that you get down.
You know
here.
what part of Canada he's from? He could be from Quebec. They don't
Could be.
say A over there.
No one's from there except the French.
Well, let's not insult our friends from France.
Yeah.
They were instrumental in the creation of America.
Hey, the artist who drew me in the issue of Gargoyle's Bad Guys is French Canadian from Montreal.
So, Matt, if you're calling, first of all,
do it now.
try again, because I forgot that my auto do not disturb just turned on, which is fail.
No, God. No, God.
All right, try again.
No.
We know it works. We know the Bluetooth feature on the show works because we did it with Dad at the beginning of the episode. I gotta edit the audio.
While we're waiting,
yeah,
I alluded to this before, and it seems to be wishful thinking on the part of some people on CBR message boards. But now it seems like Nick Spencer's gotten a job with another company. Do we think he's leaving the book anytime soon?
No,
I hope not. Because I really hope not.
So here's what I took away from it is that Spencer isn't like doing a lot of content creation. His job is mainly to be a recruiter. He's basically like that guy who you meet at college campuses who says, "Wow, aren't you so strong? You should join the army."
All right, hang on. The voicemail line is working, so let's see.
Whoa!
Hello, Matt. You're on the air. Oh. Huh.
You aren't on the air.
Matt, are you there? If you can hear us, we can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, good to find.
Yeah,
hello?
I can hear you.
There you are.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, it's good to finally talk to you guys in person. Although I guess not in person, but on the phone.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey.
Am I able to hear anybody else or just you?
You should be able to hear everybody. I'll shut up and everybody talk.
Hello.
Hey.
Godzilla.
Can you hear them?
Hey, it's good to hear you guys. Craig XB in particular, I was always a fan of the Gargoyle stuff and the Spec Spidey stuff that you did with Greg Weisman, so I just really want to give you a big thanks for that stuff. It was great listening to Spec, and I'm looking forward to Voices of the Eerie whenever it hits the regular stuff, because I'm on Patreon, so I'll have to wait for that episode to, I guess, come to the regular website. It is coming to the regular website, right?
Yes,
Yes, it is. It definitely will. And the first episode went really well. We had Greg Wiseman on again, and Greg Guler, who is one of the artists who helped design the characters. So we had 2 guests on that one. We're hoping to have 3 on the next one.
So what I may do, if you become on that, I'm going to make available to all patrons, not just the $15 and $25 tier. So if you do the $5 tier, and I may do another, I may do a $1 tier. The only reason I didn't do the $1 tier initially was because it doesn't pay anything. Like it gets, I get like 10 cents if I do a $1.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they take a lot. They take like they take quite a bit.
They take a Patreon wants their money, so
Yeah.
they take their money first, which is fine. It's a great resource. But I'm hoping to get more patrons, and but Vinkman will always be my favorite. So, all right, Matt, what other questions you got for the show?
Well, I was going to start off with a simple one. Like, what's your favorite decade of Spider-Man? I know one of my favorites is the 80s. I always thought a lot of great stuff for, well, not just Spider-Man, but comics in general came out in that one. But what are your opinions on some of your favorite stories?
Oh, well, if I don't say the 1990s, I think I have failed as a fan, given my history. But I also fully acknowledge that the 1990s is a really bad era, equally as good as it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can answer that question, because I think there's been some gems in every decade, and there's been some crap in every decade. I mean, in some ways, you have to say the 60s, because it created everything. I thought the 70s started out well, didn't quite end well, but then the 80s came roaring back, and of course, it kind of petered out at the end when the hot artists era started, which bled into the 90s, and the aughts started great and then ended badly, and and then this decade started badly and seems to be ending great, and ended great.
I got a question,
and it's been great since the start of this decade.
Yeah, it has.
So I got a question for Matt. How'd you find the website?
Yeah. Well, bit of a story. I can start off with JR's website first of all. When I was reading some of his Goblin stuff on there, because I've always been a big fan of the Goblins. My handle online was a Proto Goblin.
Just like me.
That's right.
And you're Proto Goblin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for all the feedback.
You're welcome. But then I found Crawl Space from that one, and when I checked out their front page, well, 2 things happened. I got a face full of shed, which I wouldn't recommend for anybody personally.
Oh,
then I saw you. Yeah.
Ian Paul debate.
Fortunately, I also saw the Clone Saga Chronicles podcast being advertised on there, and so I found yours and started listening to the show because I was a big fan of Clone Saga. That's when I really got into Spider-Man, was with that. So it was a really great thing to listen to. A lot of fun. I think you guys did a really great job with it.
Yep, as Vinkman, if you're an audio listener, you're not seeing Vinkman hold up Ben Reilly in both of his garbs that he wore during the comics. So he's holding up the action figures right now, and I know Matt can't see it, so unless he's got like the stream on the screen. But listen, I left Crawl Space a year ago, and a little over a year ago now. It wasn't the best circumstances for me to leave. I wished I would have been able to say goodbye properly. But in some ways, Crawl Space is a huge reason why this site's still alive. In my on the history page of Spideydude, if you haven't found it yet, it's spidey-dude.com/history. I thanked Brad specifically for that reason, because Brad was a very big proponent of, keep grinding, keep going. And so when the site, especially like around 2006 through 2008, had a bunch of starts and stops, and we had a redesign, we had a huge design that was Scarlet Spider based that, was briefly on the site. I can't even find the design. I think I have the images, but it was really super image based and flash based. So I think that's part of the reason I couldn't upload it or get a screenshot of it. But we had a lot of starts and stops, and then with CSC, it really became the backbone of the site. And now I look at what we've accomplished now in the last year. Launching this show, launching Make Mine Mayday, finishing what we started with Spec Radio, which is it's an accomplishment. I know it took us 7 years, and I get it. And people can sit there and criticize the quality of the audio and whatever, because I saw that on Twitter and people were griping and moaning. But
that was mostly my fault, though.
Well, it's not just that, but you're also, your audio right now, Matt, sounds like you're on a phone. And
I am.
And so, because you are, and because of that, the audio is just not as good as if you sit there with a headset in front of a computer or in front of a tab.
To be fair, the person who criticized the audio is that person who was attacking us in general with the Harley Quinn icon.
That's true. We had one remarkable troll on Twitter. By the way,
more than one, but that was a double team at the time.
Oh yeah. By the way, at Spideydude Radio is the Twitter handle for the website. For those that don't know, but yeah, no, I think that we've done a lot, and I'm proud of the time that I had on Crawlspace. I made a lot of mistakes when I was there, but I know that if I ask how did you find the website, I'm going to hear a lot of, well, I found it from Crawlspace. So I know that. That's how I met really all four of these guys on this show through various means. I met Greg on the message board, Adam through the front page. Venkman, you have always been a guy. I think I've seen you. Did you ever go on the Alvaro boards, Venkman?
No, I don't think so. No.
And I remember, Matt, I remember you on the Alvaro boards too.
Me? I don't think I was ever on those boards.
I'm talking about like comic boards. The comic boards.
Oh, you mean the comic boards on Crawlspace? Because I think those are the only other ones I was on.
I thought you were on the. For some reason, I thought you were on the Spider-Man message board and the Spider-Girl message board.
I don't think I was ever on Spider-Girl. I think I was only on the Spider-Man ones. Maybe I did do something somewhere and just don't remember. I think though it was only Crawlspace and IMDb back when they had boards on there that I was ever logged into.
And I remember you from the Crawlspace boards. Yeah, I remember you from the Crawlspace boards. But for some reason, I thought you were also on the Alvaro boards. But
I don't recall being on it.
But oh no, it was Hobo Goblin. Not Proto Goblin.
I remember.
Hobo Goblin.
Yeah, there's a lot of goblins running around.
There is a lot of
I think I met Hobo Goblin at New York Comic Con when Kevin Cushing came that one time also.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hobo Goblin's a nice guy. But yeah, no, so without Crawlspace, there wouldn't, in various ways there wouldn't be these shows. So I'm glad you found us. I'm glad that you've stuck with us. You've been a fan. We're gonna do some stuff together eventually, man. I got to figure out what. But
yeah, I'm totally for that. I'll probably have to get a headset and everything then, but I'll be game.
Yeah, listen, I know your passion. I know, and while I got you on, we'll talk a little bit about Forgotten Era. I want to do some things for that show that are intrinsically unique to the network. I don't want to just do another review show. Not that I don't like doing review shows. I love doing this show. I love doing Make My Mayday. I love my time on Spec Radio and obviously CSC. But I want to do something to differentiate between the two, CSC and this. And so I'm trying to figure out some things, trying to get some people on to get that are different. So I don't want to spoil too much because I don't want to say, hey, this is what we're doing, because people haven't gotten back to me yet. But as soon as I get a little bit more organized on Forgotten Era, it'll start, because I know you've been looking forward to it. I know Vinkman's been looking forward to it. So, I got at least two fans that want to hear me ramble about the period between the end of the Clone Saga and the beginning of
I love that era.
Yeah.
It's a great era. It's a
Yeah,
really
I'm
great
hearing
era.
myself again.
Yeah. Whoa.
One of the reasons why I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, let me turn my mic down. Yeah, let me turn my mic down. All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Is it still there?
You're a little
Yes,
quieter
it
than
is.
mine, but I can kind of still hear you.
Okay, well, I'll just kind of put my face next to the mic so that way everybody can hear me. I had to change the mic positioning around because I was only picking up. I wasn't picking up as well, so eventually this is getting replaced. Not getting thrown away, but it's getting replaced. It's going to get upgraded to a Rodecaster.
Based.
Yeah, but well, I got the board. I might as well get the mic to go with it. But yeah. So, any other questions for the group, Matt?
Not really. I think you guys answered what I want. I'm just going to say keep up the good work. I continue enjoying and listening to your shows, and we'll chat later about some other stuff. Have a good one.
All right, thanks, Matt, for calling in. We appreciate it, and it's really cool that we were able to do this. So, I will talk. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
And thank you for the feedback.
Thank you for the
And I'm
feedback.
still hearing myself.
God dang it! All right, let me fix this.
Zach,
Well, how about now? You guys hear yourself now?
Testing.
I'm speaking.
Oh.
The echo is back.
And better than ever.
Okay, how
The
about
Hess
now?
truck's back, and it's better than ever for Christmas this year.
How about now, guys?
It sounds better.
Testing.
Hang on. Okay, I think it's gone
Okay.
now.
test.
What it was happening was it was coming through the when I muted the Bluetooth part, it was coming through the complete. Sorry about that. They've got a software update coming out for this thing.
It's all right.
So, but that was cool. We'll have to do that again and promote it a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But the last thing I wanted to talk about, because it got a lot of controversy on the Twitters, and for those that don't,
Batman.
No.
Batman, let's go, baby.
Let's talk about television for a minute. And did everybody see the trailer of the Earworm?
No.
Known as Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends Volume 2.
Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, the echo's back.
Oh, good. All right.
Zach, there's no controversy. It's a non-controversy.
Yeah.
It's
people
for
mad
small
that it's not-
children. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
It's people that are mad over nothing.
And I agree with that. I feel like we have to at least talk about it because, like, there's a bunch of people that are teed off, and I'm like, this is not for you. This is for, like, 3-year-olds, okay?
This is for my future child.
Mm-hmm.
The echo is still there.
Zach, the echo's worse. Okay, it's my show now. I'm in charge.
Testing.
Hello?
Testing.
Testing.
All right, we're good.
All right. I guess I needed to jump off. So occasionally StreamYard gets a little squirrely. But yeah. So if you're in the comment section, Garo actually asked a question. I'm sorry, Garo says, "Are you guys reading Spider Shadow, the thing series by Zdarsky?"
I am.
Nope.
It's okay.
Not yet.
I'm not reading it.
I will
Copy
read
it.
I'll read it on Marvel Unlimited. I'm waiting for Marvel Unlimited. I like
I went
Chip.
for the trade.
Zdarsky is very hot and cold for me. I'm enjoying his Daredevil work.
Yeah.
I enjoy Life Story, but his Spectacular Spider-Man, other than the Jonah issue, was
What about 310? 310 was god tier.
Isn't he doing a Fantastic Four miniseries right now?
310?
No, that's someone else.
That's Mark Russell, Greg.
Right.
What was 310?
The one where he like that guy doing the movie does like a documentary around Spider-Man.
What Spider-Man means to me, which was done better by Zdarsky, and then when Slott tried to do it, it's like, eh.
It was a wet fart when Slott did it.
Exactly. Like Slott should have just ended at 800.
and walked
Yeah.
away. One, it would be better to do. It would be easier to figure out what the daggum
But Zachy was Uncle Ken.
cares.
Never said I cared.
All right, so let me kind of recap a little bit before we, because we're kind of at the winding down point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's recap. Voices from the Eerie is now available right now, episode 1, but only on patreon.com/Spidey Network. Become a Patreon member today. You don't have, it's not a long-term commitment. It's just a month-to-month commitment. If you got $5 to throw in the can, any and everything helps. You get to have a lot of fun. We're going to have some exclusive stuff on Patreon only, commentaries. And not only that, to tie into Voices from the Eerie, Greg, we're going to do some Gargoyles commentaries too.
Oh, cool. We
So,
are.
Yeah.
This is my first time hearing this. I'm kidding. No,
Yeah, he's surprised. Surprised him.
We're doing some commentaries. So we'll do
Surprise, mother.
Gargoyles to tie into Voices from the Eerie. So that way you get to hear things. I'm still a newbie. I've watched the pilot and I haven't gotten very much further. I watched it as a kid, but it's going to be fun to do it with fresh eyes. So that is something that will be Patreon exclusive. All commentaries will be Patreon exclusive. I hate to do it, but I want to give people like Vinkman specific things that are for them, that they're putting their money, their hard-earned money into it to where they're willing to invest. I've had people ask me, are you going to do more with Patreon? Yes, that is something that's going to be there. Secondly, I've already downloaded the episode of Make My Mayday. I got to add the voicemail in there and the audio and the music. It'll be uploaded either tonight or tomorrow before I go to bed. So you'll get the link for Make My Mayday. You'll get the link for this episode.
Nice.
Normally, I would just download this episode, but because we started with my dad, and I didn't do the music at the beginning of the episode, I got to put the music at the beginning of the episode, but I'll put it at the end. But yeah, again, big thanks to both Vinkman and Scott for your support on Patreon.com/Spideydude Network. If you want to leave us some feedback, let us know. You can always leave us an email at SpideyDudeRadioNetwork@gmail.com. Leave us a review. Give us 5 stars on your favorite podcasting app. Let me know if you do it like on something like Podcast Addict, because I'll have to like hunt it down a little bit, or send me a screenshot. That'd be great. Now I was able to find I found yours. I don't know where the review button is on Google Podcasts, but other than this show, all of our shows are on Google Podcasts. This was available on Google Podcasts, and then it got pulled down for some reason. Don't ask me why.
because we're bad.
We're evil.
Oh.
It was probably during a site outage, so it's going to be back up on Google Podcasts shortly because I resubmitted it. But all the other shows are up there. I don't know why Spotify is missing a couple of episodes of Make My Mayday. I got to email them. Same thing with, I figured out episode 5 on Spidey Experience. They didn't post the stupid episode. Dumb. Yeah, so thank you to those guys that are still doing it. Apple Podcasts, we'll have some stuff for the Apple subscribers. I got to figure that out. They just started rolling out the subscription model. They've redone the interface for Apple Podcasts on the back end. So I've got to play with that a little bit. I got to pay $20 for the year to become a premium subscriber. So I don't know if I'm going to be posting those on Apple Podcasts as well, but something for the Apple fans out there. I got to do some more research on it before I commit to anything. But yeah, so yeah, every dollar that you donate on Patreon goes back into the website, pays for StreamYard, pays for the site lights on. That's the primary expenses right now. Eventually, we'll get more patrons, and we'll start replacing equipment and stuff. But big thing, and Vinkman does a great job of this. I'm not saying the rest of you guys don't. Vinkman does a great job of every time I post something on Facebook, he shares it. Help us with that sweet algorithm, as Paul would say on the comic binge. I'm really excited about the future of the site. I'm excited to see or Bogan Rider Variety Hour.
I'm working on that.
Right now, it's still on Saturdays.
Well, I might be doing it on Sunday just because that's the one day I have off this week. So,
right, go to twitch.tv/quillsniv, and that is where you can find Bogan Rider Variety Hour. Recently did an unboxing sorts from Vinkman, giving you some comics and stuff, right?
yeah, Venkman did some really cool gestures. So once again, thank you, Venkman, for like the 17th time
you're
on the
welcome.
stream.
Hey, don't buy anything.
You're welcome.
He doesn't mean.
Well, I already sent. I already sent Paul that that hardcover.
Oh, did you? Okay, all right.
By the way, if I leave, it's because my phone died. So I'm probably gonna dip out for the night. Hang on. Or actually, one sec.
Just go to low power mode, buddy. Oh, go low power mode, but never mind. But yeah, check out Bogan Rider Variety Hour, Comic Binge YouTube channel. Follow Paul at Herman22, even though I make fun of him. You can follow us, like I said, on Twitter at Spideydude Radio, on Facebook, Instagram as well. We'll have some more stuff on Instagram coming soon. But I would like to stream on Instagram, but the problem is they cap you at an hour, so only the first hour is available on Instagram. So I may still do it just for the funds.
I think they changed that, but I'm not sure.
If they did, it would be really nice. So eventually, like I say, I'm gonna upgrade the StreamYard from the next level, and so that Staples fell is back. On the iPad. Are you on the iPad?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, but yeah. So no, and eventually I'm going to be getting a new computer. So hopefully it'll work a little better with other equipment. So, really excited about the future. Like I say, we're going to have ASM Classics coming this fall. ASM Classics. Voices from the Eerie. Forgotten Era, all going to be coming later this fall. Also, the commentaries. There's 4 new things. Season 2 of Make My Mayday. And we'll wrap up season 1 of this show. In October, we'll start season 2. We started was we'll wrap up season 1.
Get closer to the mic.
We'll wrap up season 1 of this show in September. And then in October, we'll start season 2. But like I say, I'm really excited. I think it's really, really cool. Jero, just shoot me a DM on the Discord. Join our Discord. We got
things happen there.
Things do happen there. It's not a dead Discord. Okay, is it as lively as it could be?
We actually chat quite a bit there.
Yeah.
We
Vinkman and me and hey, thanks, Jero. He said hi on there. So, yeah, we'll do some. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna moving. So here's my tentative schedule. Everybody knows. Mondays will be Forgotten Era / Voices from the Eerie. So Forgotten Era will be once a month.
Get closer to the mic.
Voices from the God dang, because I lowered my mic settings. That's why. All right, can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Voices from the Eerie and Forgotten Era will be on Mondays. So whichever one's not being released, they'll go back and forth. So that's Monday. Tuesdays will be ASM Classics. Wednesdays will be this show. Thursdays will be Make My Mayday. And then Fridays will be when the commentaries are released on Patreon. So that's kind of the tentative plan. Those are all obviously would be pre-recorded. We'll do them on Chuck at a time. So that's the plan. So my wife saying hi to me. So that's why I looked backwards. But yeah, so we're really kind of we're at the point now where I'll let everybody go around the horn and give some final thoughts. Anniversary Adam, we'll start with you.
Happy anniversary.
Thanks,
and
man.
Yeah, I don't know, keep reading the book. Cool
Yeah.
stuff's happening pretty much. I don't know. And
I'm enjoying
yeah, follow all the stuff and all that. I don't know.
Adam, you've been on almost every episode. I think you only missed one. So thank you for every. Yeah, I think you've only missed one. So you've been on 24 episodes. You've been on 23. So thank you for your continued loyalty to the site.
No problem.
Show. Greg, I don't know how many episodes you've been on. You've been on like 4.
Yeah, I haven't counted, but it's been a pleasure every time. And happy anniversary to the site. Thank you for giving me a place to spread my geekdom. Thank you for letting me. Well, you talked me into it, but still, thank you for letting me do Spectacular Radio. Thank you for letting me do Voices from the Eerie, which has zilch to do with Spider-Man. I really appreciate that. And those of you out there who want some more Spectacular Spider-Man and maybe want a preview of Voices from the Eerie, granted it's not really a preview, do a YouTube search on Spectacular Spider-Man meets Gargoyles radio play if you want to see a radio play written by Greg Weisman, which takes place after season 2 of Spidey and after the last issue of the Gargoyles comic book. It features a bunch of fans and a lot of pros performing a radio play at a convention. Josh Keaton is in it as Spider-Man. Steve Blum is back as the Green Goblin. Vanessa Marshall is back as Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah.
Darren Norris is there as JJ. There's so many I can name. Keith David is there as both Goliath and the Big Man. Marina Sirtis is in it as Demona.
Yep.
And
so it's really, really cool. We'll link it up on YouTube, and I'll try to find it and share it on YouTube or something. So, or share it on the front page of Spideydude.
Yeah.
By the way, we got reviews of Amazing Spider-Man on the front page. Brian would always appreciate comments, and thank you to Brian for his tireless work trying to keep caught up. He's got a little behind because of work, but Brian L is a really nice guy, and I thank him enough. Can't thank him enough. So, all right, we're gonna go to Venkman, and then I'll wrap the show up. Venkman, final thoughts?
Hi.
Well,
what about Neil?
Yeah,
Put him on the
Neil.
spot.
I'll wait for
I'll
Venkman.
go to Neil first.
I'll wait for Venkman because I
No,
wanted to
no,
say it first.
do
But
Neil.
you now I feel bad.
Venkman freaked out at being solo.
Now I feel really bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
Okay, so I started this show in my last year of college, and it's really weird now that I'm graduating to be at the anniversary of this thing. So yeah, here's to another year of success. Here's to Bogan Rider Variety Hour kicking it up a bit. I'm hoping to get to 50 followers in another year or so.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna explode. I mean, we've done a lot of work, a lot of grunt work. I think on all the channels and everything like that. So let's continue to grind and continue to get better. So
play more Vidya, make more money. Hopefully everything turns out the way it should. Yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, Vickman, your turn.
All right, any final thoughts you got? I'll call you up again. Put you on the spotlight.
No, that's okay. Just thank you for letting me hang out with you guys tonight. It's happy anniversary. It's I'm glad to be. I'm glad to know that I'm. That I have.
You're appreciated.
I know I've. Oh yeah, and I'm glad to be. That I've been able to become friends with a lot of you and getting to know you and stuff, and. Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm gonna blow myself up because.
Okay, that sounds bad.
Oh, geez. Happy anniversary. Goodbye.
But
Hail Zorp.
I'm going to say this about Venkman. Venkman's one of the nicest, kindest human beings I've ever been around. You have been and it's not just because you sit there and ask, hey, can I send you this, or can I send you a care package? Can I do these things? You do these things out of the goodness of your heart. You support things you love. I'm glad you're feeling better. I know you had a bit of a health scare.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm really glad that
Thank
we
you.
have you as a part of this network, because that's what the Patreons are. You guys are a part of this network. You're part of this group. Scott, you're welcome on anytime you want to be on the show, if you're listening right now. But again, I'm so excited to what we've accomplished from this point last year to now. This point last year, we were talking about doing things, and we weren't.
Yep.
We were just building and planning and stuff like that. When we launched in September, everything was great. Then we had the site go down. We have been knocked down. We're going to get back up. I'm kind of loosely working on a redesign of the website, so that'll be coming sooner rather than later. I'm so thankful for every single man on this show. You guys have always been incredible people to podcast with. As Wayland shows back up to talk to everybody. First it was the Staples fellas dogs. Now it's me. But I'm so appreciative of you guys. I'm so appreciative of all.
I knew it would happen. I knew it would happen eventually. I knew Waylon would come in here, and now I've been vindicated. Okay, that's it.
Been vindicated. The show without him.
Continue being sentimental.
I look back at what we did 23 years ago, and it was just a few scans, a few anime GIFs, a few Windows themes, and then it slowly kind of grew from there. The hard work my dad put in, in his spare time, just to support the fandom, my fandom. Dad, I don't know. I know you're not listening right now, but I'm so thankful for you. The support you've given me over the years, you and Mom both. Mom doesn't get any of this, but my dad, on the other end, does. And he loves Spider-Man. It's something that we've always bonded over. And I'm just thankful for him. I'm thankful for the site. I'm thankful for this YouTube page. And I'm thankful for you, the listener. So with that, I'm going to wrap this episode up. Make sure I hit the right button first, though, because if I don't, it's going to sound really weird. All right. And the only thing that I'm missing right now is Neil drumming. But like I say, I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks to Pinkman and Scott for your support. Check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/Spideydude Network. We'll see you guys next time, Wednesday nights. Find us on Facebook /Instagram @Spideydude Network, Twitter.com/Spideydude Radio, YouTube will eventually be Spideydude Network. Voicemail line, do not disturb is back on. So if you call, it's not going to ring, but leave us a voicemail, 818-925-6631. We will play your voicemail live here on the show. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for listening to the audio version. Again, sorry to the visual references that we made throughout the episodes. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, this exciting episode of Spidey Experience. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks on Wednesday nights, live on YouTube. Live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for listening. And we will see you guys next time here on the Spideydude Radio Network.